Hello, my name is John Gilbert, and this is my persuasive speech. Did you know that according to the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, there's an estimated 700,000 pigs in Louisiana? Now, I've seen a countless amount of wild hogs in my hometown, just as I'm sure many of you have too. Hunting these animals has proven greatly effective and is really improving the environment. Now today I'd like to talk about how big of a problem these wild hogs are, what you can do to combat these pigs, and how you can get rid of them, and what would happen in the near future if we don't do something to get rid of them. Wild hogs are an invasive species that can and they have decimated some of the parts of the country's ecosystem. There's a common theory about how Christopher Columbus only brought over 6 pigs, and those 6 pigs have reproduced and created the huge problem we have now, because they can reproduce even after 6 months of being born. To quote Michael Bodenchuk, the director of Texas Wildlife Services program, he notes that in 2009, the state killed 24,648 wild hogs, nearly half of them from the air, which is a technique they use that's really effective or that's most effective in places that has small debris and brush to provide cover, but that doesn't really affect the total population much, end quote. According to John Morthland from the Smithsonian Magazine, quote, "Wild hogs are among the most destructive invasive species in the United States today. 2 million to 6 million of the animals were wreaking havoc in at least 39 states and 4 Canadian provinces. Half are in Texas, where they do some $400 million in damages annually." There's a saying that pretty much the entire South uses, or Southwest uses, and it's there's 2 kinds of people: those who have hogs and those who will. Now, what is the solution to getting rid of these wild hogs? 2 words: kill them. Getting a hunting license and going out to hunt wild hogs is really the best method for this. Because doing something like sterilizing food or I guess terraforming land to make it uninhabitable isn't really a good idea, mainly because for one, trying to sterilize food is really expensive, and terraforming the land is also very, very expensive, and it also corrupts habitat for other animals as well. Hunting them is really the cheapest and most effective solution. Decreasing the population is a huge task, but if some of you were to go and hunt some of these animals, you would get your money's worth because of how much food they produce. So if you were to grab or go hunt and get an adult pig, and you use just like the muscle of the animal, you'd be set for about 2 weeks tops. Now this doesn't compare to a normal deer, which can very easily last you months, or even a moose, which if you kill a moose, you're set for the entire year because of how much muscle it produces. I'm pretty sure moose have around 2,000 pounds of just meat. So hunting pigs is really the only option that everybody can do, because all you have to do is get a hunting license for them. Since these animals reproduce so fast, they'll really eat anything. They'll eat livestock, including like chickens, and like they'll even eat lambs and stuff if they're big enough. They could ruin your stability in providing food, which they eat crops as well. So if you're trying to farm and there's hogs around, you're pretty much out of luck trying to cultivate that land because of the damage that the pigs produce. Now, if we don't take action as soon as possible, our country's agriculture will be ruined by these pigs. Since these animals are so resilient, they can outperform most of the native species here in the country. Like I said earlier, pigs or the wild hogs are an invasive species, and most of them are the exact same animal that domestic pigs are. Domestic pigs, once around 6 months of them escaping a pen or living out in the woods, they start to turn feral or wild. And some of the changes that it has is it'll start to grow hair on its back, its snout will elongate, and its tusks will start to grow. And they'll usually start changing color as well, from normally a pink to what you're normally used to seeing to a darker brown. If we were to take action, our country's ecosystem could restore themselves. Since the wild pigs haven't been here that long, our ecosystem hasn't really had time to adapt to the changes that the pigs are bringing. So if we were to take them out fast, then our ecosystem could, regenerate. And finally, if you do want to decrease the massive population of wild hogs, you can donate money to any of the state's departments of wildlife and fisheries, such as the Texas AgriLife extension, or you can go to wlf.louisiana.gov/hunting and license permits to get a hunting license. Hunting these animals has improved the environment. Hopefully, you have learned what destructive animals these are to our ecosystems today. And whoops, sorry, my my phone's almost dying. Hopefully you learned what destructive animals these are today, and we can do to help decrease the population. Just to wrap things up real quick, today I talked about how much of a problem they are to the ecosystem and to our lives. What you can do to decrease the population, and what would happen if we don't get rid of them. With that being said, hopefully we're able to see what a massive problem these hogs are and for our ecosystem, and I hope that you donate to the cause. That's the end of my speech.